Think about how everything came about. What if those guys all had fears? Then nothing would exist today. Mm-hmm. You know, when Henry Ford came out with the V8, and I don't know if you guys know the story. They all had 6-cylinder cars and even smaller before that, right? The model, all these, right? These little bootleg looking cars that they look like horse carriages, right? Mm-hmm. And then he came up with the first V8. And this is how it came out. Ready? He wanted to compete at a higher level with other cars around the world that were beating him, that were the same size engine. But he's like, I got to be able to get more out of more metal, doing it different. He said, I want you to come up with something big, a V8. An 8-cylinder, no, not even a V8. He said an 8-cylinder car. And the engineer said, it would never happen. He said, I don't pay you to think for me. I pay you to work for me, and I need you to figure this out. We're not going to leave this factory until we figure out how to get an 8-cylinder car out of that freaking car out there. Think about that. They didn't do no research. Like, is it possible? No, look, it says on here on Wikipedia, it's impossible. You know what I mean? There was no naysayers. There was nothing to tell them not to do it. They just went for it. Imagine this. They're in the lab working on this, and all they knew is all they knew. And they had nothing to reference. They had nothing to fall back on and say, well, this guy messed it up already. Nothing. They just like, let's just go for it. And then guess what happened? They came out with the 289. They came out with the most popular, most sought out engine in all of Ford's ever had. It's the 289 V8. And they thought that it would never work, right? A V formation for cylinders. You're crazy. Every company, Dodge had a slant 6. I don't know if you guys know anything about cars. I know a little bit about cars. I used to have a 71 Dodge pickup truck, and the engine on the Dodge, it was like a 6-cylinder straight engine, like the Mustang has. But instead of being straight, they said, well, we got to do it different than Ford. So they did it. It's called a slant 6. So theirs is like this. They said, we can't be the same as Ford. Ford did the straight 6. We're going to do slant 6. So they're just sideways. Because, they all have a competition. Mopar and Chevy and Ford. Like, we all got to be different. And then Ford said, we're going to do V8. They never thought it would work. They never thought it would exist, and it exists now. Now there's up to, like, I don't know, the Bugatti Veyron is like V12, V16. There's a V16 now. There's a V16. There's 16 freaking cylinders in a car now. You tell Ford that? Like, what? 2 engines of mine are in that car? Yeah, 2 engines, like just a crap load of pistons firing away. And nobody, if you don't know about cars, you're like, what the hell is he talking about? Where I'm going with this is that, where am I going with this? They did it off of faith. They did it off of believing in something that wasn't there. Think about it. What if they stopped before the V12 or the V16 and they didn't keep pushing the envelope? And what me and sister were talking about is it's a weaker society. The reason why there's a weaker society is we believe everything we see on the internet. We believe everything we see on Instagram. We believe everything we see on Facebook. We believe everything that we see on these channels that are very far from the truth. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then the new terminology came out, catfishing and all this stuff, right? Because it's like, what's real and what's fake? And now it's like, this is reality, this is fake. And then you're like, So now everybody that's being brought up in this world, in this society, now guess what they're thinking every time they see something on social media? I wonder if it's real, and I wonder how fake this really is. Mm-hmm. So then when they meet a real opportunity like this, they question it, because now they question everything on social media even more now. And then you go, you don't even know what to believe anymore. Right? And they're like, no, you don't even know what to believe. So if I pulled up in a private jet right now, you're like, yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know if I can do that. Like, okay, then you don't even know what to believe. Mm-hmm. So what do you believe in then? I want to pinpoint why it's different for you right now. See, when I got started, we were on a Nokia phone with a little snake game. You guys might have heard of those games, prehistoric times. It's a little snake game. That's all we had. You know what a phone was for?
Calling.
Make a call. Make a call. Well, these became computers. Why am I talking about this right now? I want you guys to understand the market you're getting into. Mm-hmm. And unless you pivot with the times, you're going to get swallowed up in business. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Unless you pivot with the times that we're in right now, Andres, we're going to get swallowed up in business. You got to understand the market that we're in. We're in a market where that's at our fingertips. So you got to be stronger with people. Are we weaker with them? No, we're stronger with people. I want you guys to understand one thing. When I got started in the business, the reason why a lot of us excelled is we gave it up to faith. We left it up to faith. Like Andy Priscilla said, I've been doing this for 30 years. Ed Milet was on a podcast with him like last week, and he goes, man, I've been going about this for 30 years. And people think because we fly private jets now, have the nice cars, have the nice homes, because they see this stuff on social media, that's just going to come easy. No, man, 30 freaking years of hard work, sweat and tears to build an empire. We did it all through faith, and we didn't have to know that necessarily was going to work out. We just like believed in it. Like I was like, man, I just want to do anything that I can to win here, because I'm so grateful that somebody would think highly of me to do something like this. I want you to be productive, not just busy. I want you to be busy getting productive, but more importantly, being more productive than you are just busy. Busy people get things done. Productive people employ most of those busy people. Just so you know. Productive people leverage busy people to get rich and wealthy. Does that make sense or no?
Yes.
Yeah? You see a bunch of busy bees at a job, that means that an owner somewhere of that business is leveraging all those people to get himself more financially set and more financially free. I want you to understand that. I figured that out early on in my business here, and then that moment on, I was crazy about the way I performed here. I was like, okay, cool. I want to be a well-oiled machine where I could be doing all this and not flinch. I just want to share that with you guys. Understand the times that we're in. Understand the times that we're in. We have to be more aggressive. We have to be more aggressive. Cecilia, we have to be more aggressive. We have to know what we're dealing with, the beast that's in front of us. We have to understand it. Because otherwise, if you don't understand it, you can't harness it. What did I say? Busy versus productive. Productive versus busy. Get wealthy. Win at the money game. In our business, you want to get here and stack and stack and grow your business. Pretty dream selling that I'm 33 and a knucklehead like me 13 years ago got started doing this, and they've made millions doing this. Find myself really not shocked because I knew I was going to do something. I just didn't know where. I'm shocked that I'm doing it in the financial industry. I thought I was gonna be a car guy. I'm still a car guy. You know what I mean? At heart, I thought my money was gonna come from cars, and then I'm doing this financial stuff, money, business, finance. Never thought once I'd be doing something like this. So I want to get you guys to understand. You may not have seen yourself doing this either. Trust me, this is the beginning to your other steps you have in life.